Yo. What is up? How is
Let's go.
everyone?
What's going on?
What's up, Andrew? How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
Good. You guys, we have a fantastic guest here today. We have an interview with Andrew Gross. He's a current minor league player for the Tampa Bay Rays. Really stoked about this. Just want to say thank you very much for coming on here. I really do appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. Love the show, love talking baseball, so I'm ready to be here.
Awesome. Okay, so just to first off, really quick, if you don't mind giving just a little bit of a background, just where you're from, where you played in college and whatnot, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, background, grew up in Arizona, played club ball my whole life. After that, went to high school, had an average high school career, didn't really do much. Pitched like 8 innings senior year. Actually got cut my sophomore year, so that's something to talk about later on. Then after that, decided to follow one of my friends up to junior college in northern Arizona called Yavapai Community College. And it's a Division I, all wood bat league, walked on, throwing overhand, about 78, 79, 80 miles an hour. Wasn't working out, getting shelled, getting teed off, whatever you want to call it, in fall ball. Later learned on that the coaches were talking about cutting me, and that's something I didn't realize at the time, but was able, with the help of one of my coaches and one of my close friends that now plays for the Phillies, to transition to sidearm, helped my career, went on to play 2 years there, 2 years at the University of Texas in Arlington, Division I in the Sun Belt, and then got drafted 39th round by the Tampa Bay Rays in the 2019 draft. Played 2 seasons so far. One up in short season, Hudson Valley in New York, and then last year in Charleston, Loway.
Perfect. That's honestly, that's a better introduction I probably could have ever done. But yeah, so thank you for the introduction. Appreciate that. One thing I always love to do, I always like to compare like where we grew up and stuff. So I grew up in Iowa, and in Iowa, we have all 4 seasons. We have, winter, we got fall, we got spring, we got summer. Now, I know in some parts of Arizona it does snow and whatnot, but what's like in your area? Is there a lot of snow and stuff, or is it just like regular, just like anywhere else?
So where I grew up was down in Chandler, Arizona, a little bit south of Phoenix. So the more south you go, usually the hotter it gets. But I grew up there, spent whatever it was 17 years there before I went to college. But Yavapai is up north in Prescott, which is about 2 hours away from Flagstaff, which is, where most people do skiing and stuff in Arizona. So it did snow. It did get cold. We went through our fair share of freezing workouts, out in the snow. And yeah, there's a lot of people don't know that, but Arizona does get really cold.
Right. And I think, right. One thing too is I love talking about like Juco Experience and whatnot. What was it like, playing at a Juco and obviously I know you're in high school and you said you didn't play a ton there, but when you got to Juco, you said you were a walk-on. What was that experience like, kind of getting into that and whatnot?
Once I realized that I made the team, I kind of just took it for what it was and didn't really think much about, trying to earn a scholarship, doing whatever, anything like that. And I just played and had fun. And that year, like the first year that I walked on, ended up pitching like 75 innings and winning a national championship with our junior college team. So for a first year as a walk-on, I would say that's probably pretty good experience. Juco baseball is really where you're brought out as a baseball player. Wood bat league, the guys are grinding it out all the time. That's where you hear Juco bandits, Juco grinders, whatever you want to call it. It's all true.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk about your story as well. I think you have a really good story too. Within that as well. I'm trying to, for some reason it's not letting me like invite you really quick. Let me see if I can get this to work. It's not showing you online. I don't know why. On my end, really quick. Do you mind closing out of like MLB The Show and bringing it back up for me really quick? If that's all right.
Yeah. Let me close out.
Sorry about that. I don't know why it keeps on. It's not. It's showing you like you're online in my friend stuff, but it's not showing you're online on MLB The Show for some reason.
All right, let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, I'm appearing as online, so that's good. Okay, I'll just load back in real quick.
Okay, yeah, that'd be awesome. So and you did say that you guys won a national championship in junior college. Is that D1 or D2? Yeah,
D1.
D1. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's in Colorado, right?
Yeah, Grand Junction, Colorado.
Grand
Yep,
Junction.
exactly right.
And what year was that again?
2016.
2006. Was Iowa Western there by chance?
Yes, they were. They weren't there. They were, or were they? I can't remember. Iowa Western. I remember the name is either we played them in the regional or we played them in the World Series. I can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it was regional, but that was that. Wasn't that their last year as a program or something?
No, so they're actually still. So I guess only. Yeah, they're still going. They're actually. I mean, they're really they're a really good program. That's like the other program that's coming around me as well. We played them a little. They're always freaking good, man. They had people that I remember. I pitched there, would have been my sophomore year, and I ended up actually getting a walk-off hit against me for Dom Thompson Williams, who he actually plays for the Mariners now. So my little claim to fame, I guess, right there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's a great claim to fame.
Right. I don't know. I don't know if you'd be able. Do you think you can try to invite me? Because some reason it's just not showing you on my like feed. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's still loading in real quick.
Okay.
I'm just getting in right now.
Okay. No worries. So I don't understand. I've never had this where it didn't like show like you like popping up and stuff. So Yavapai, you obviously won a national championship. What was it like winning a national championship? Because that's everybody wants to win a national championship. That's like the goal for, whatever sport you're in, it's always to win a national championship. But for it to come to fruition, it has to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah, especially after 75 innings. That's 75 innings in a long season with Juco. It's a lot different than trying to compete in a playoff or winning a championship in pro ball. And that was still probably one of the best years of baseball in my life. Like, just the feeling that you get when you jump the dugout, jump the fence, whatever, as your team makes the last out or whatever. It's just a feeling that's just, you can't replicate that. Like, the only in the moment is that kind of feeling. You just kind of like lose control of your body and your mind. Wherever it goes, and just following that, there's lots of things that happen, whether it's parades and welcomings and ring ceremonies or whatever. It's a great feeling. So,
and I think that's something that you carry with the rest of your life. I think within any baseball I've ever played in my life, whether it's travel ball growing up, high school ball, junior college baseball, or your 4-year score or whatnot, I think that JUCO is like the one thing that like, I don't know, it felt like so much like a family because like you're with each other 24/7. Like in high school, you're with each other a lot, blah blah blah. 4-year school, it could be the same as well, but I think JUCO is the most like grinded thing, and I think that it's the most like brought together things. You're with each other 24/7. You practice all the time. You guys sweat, sweat, blood. Everything goes into it. I think JUCO is like the most where it felt like a family, and I'm sure winning national championship probably added to that as well.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we all live in the same dorm together, and our field was within eyeshot of the dorms, so we're around each other nonstop, and that really is true. Like where you become a family like that, and then that's probably more true than any situation I've ever seen. Like even up in through D1 through pro ball, everything. Just that's probably the most real baseball that I've had so far in my life.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's still like even to this day. I mean, I still talk to guys. I talk more to guys that went to JUCO with than I did even like in high school and like in my 4-year school too. I mean, it's unreal what you go through, and I'm sure we can talk about some stories too. And it just like brings you so much closer.
Yeah, it really does. I'm still friends with a lot of those guys. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
looks like we're ready to go, right?
Yeah, we should be good. Perfect. I'm cool with going as the Pirates. I mean, if that's
already set up.
All right, yeah, that's perfect. I was gonna say it's actually perfect how we have it right here. So I'll go ahead and go with the Pirates.
Yeah, I don't know if you usually use your Diamond Dynasty team or whatever, but
I do. But this is actually I kind of like this. Actually, this is kind of dope. I kind of actually like this.
Yeah, I don't usually play like this, but I'm ready for it.
Let's do it. Okay, so be the away team
makes it so neither one of us can use DeGrom or whatever.
Hey, I mean that's probably a blessing for both of us, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'll let you choose. Yeah, wherever you want to go. It doesn't matter to me. We can play wherever.
All right.
Where do you usually play at when you play Diamond Dynasty?
Just ship it.
Ship it?
Usually.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably good with me.
That's fine with me. All right, who are we gonna start here? This is gonna be the bad thing because
Yeah.
your boy doesn't have very good starters, and I mean, honestly, you don't have great ones either.
I mean, with this updated roster, we're looking a little thin. I wish I could go grab some guys off the IR right now.
I've done an interview with Will Crow. I'm gonna go ahead and throw Will Crow here. Okay,
All right, I got a little thing here for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a little thing. It's got to make sense. It just makes sense for this occasion.
I gotta find a spot for all these players here. I don't want to say I hate, but Kevin Newman's just not a great bat in this game. So I'm trying to get him out here, but I don't think there's anywhere else I can put him, unfortunately.
I'm trying to get familiar with as many of these guys as I can.
He does look good. And Cole Tucker is just no bueno either, so I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. We'll put in Wilmer Defoe there. I guess we'll lead off with him. I mean, this is about as good as the lineup I can get with the Pirates, I think. There's not much else going on for me over here with these guys.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm looking good. Oh, you got Yoshi.
I do have Yoshi,
there.
yes. I do have Yoshi.
Trader.
I do have Yoshi. All right, these batting averages ain't looking good on my side, though. I'm going to let you know that. Except Cabral.
Yeah, and the record's not looking good either. You know, a little bit different than the Diamond Dynasty one, probably.
Yeah, but go Pirates. Go Pirates.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get into this. And, so I know we talked about, junior college and whatnot. So coming out of junior college, what was it like, the recruiting process and trying to pick the school you're going to go to next?
Out of junior college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, out of junior college, I mean, the first offer I got was for Grand Canyon. And ironically enough, about a couple years before that, when I was looking for a junior college, I was reaching out to every single college program I could find, trying to find a place that would let me play ball. And Grand Canyon offered me to one of their welcomed me to one of their camps.
That's gonna be tough to hit.
Yeah. This is a little tricky sidearm guy here as an opener to invite you in for. But no, yeah. After Grand Canyon's camp, they basically told me, it's like a kid's camp or whatever, just anything that I paid for that I probably shouldn't have done is pointless. But then, funny enough, a couple years later, they're the first ones to offer me a scholarship. So kind of the clock comes full circle there in that one. Yeah. But, I got a couple more offers out of Juco, New Mexico State, a couple other ones, and UTA was really just the place that I kind of felt like it was right for me to go. And that's kind of how I based a lot of my career on, was what feels right to me.
Oh, dang it. And I think that's the most important thing. Wherever like you feel, the most, the most satisfied or, family, like, whatever you had going on there. I think that's always the best thing, when you go somewhere where you think that you're going to have a good impact and, that they, coaches believe in you and whatnot. I think is always a really cool thing, especially when you get recruited, because it's always awesome to get recruited. Yeah,
it is true. It's a different feeling than, the other side of the story, which I've been on, is not getting recruited at all and trying to make things happen for yourself instead of be the guy that's like a five-tool, 5-star, everything out of high school. It's a little bit different of a situation, but.
Good pitch. That was a rough. I'm gonna tell you what. Just off the rip, I can barely see the ball. That thing is tough to see with that arm angle and the sunlight in the back there. That thing is tough to see. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, well, being a sidearm guy, I figured it was only necessary that I bring out an opener, being a Rays player, and that being Ryan Thompson. So that has to make sense.
And it does.
And I have no idea who Will Crow is.
Oh. Will Crow, a good friend of the channel as well. So you get recruited.
Gotcha. Well, if he's watching, hello to Will Crow.
He's a good dude. He actually just had a baby, so he's a really good dude.
Congrats to him. Perfect.
This might be a rip. Come on,
Joe is my boy.
Do you know him actually?
No, he's not. I just I might be the one and only person in all of Diamond Dynasty to have him on my team since that 99 card came out. Almost got him parallel 5. We're working on it.
Wow, so we're a grinder then, huh?
Yeah. I almost got him and Jazz and a whole bunch of other guys parallel 5. So we're working on it.
So when you're doing parallel 5, like, do you actually? Oh, that's a nice
good pitch.
That's a nice little dot right there. When you do like, do you try to grind parallel 5s, or do you just like do it organically?
Yeah, I just kind of do it organically. Play as many games as I can and see where it ends up.
Oh, can we get him out, Brian? Throw the ball. No shot.
Oh, he's got a noodle.
Wow, I thought Brian Reynolds had a little bit better arm than that. Goodness gracious!
I know he's got the bat. I don't know about the arm though.
I might need to get Will Crow out of here pretty soon.
Get him some relief going. Yeah, this might be a 9-pitcher kind of thing here.
You know what's even worse is that the Pirates literally have like no good relief pitchers either. So this could be a barn burner here. Those guys.
Well, that's one thing I felt like the Rays had going for them this year. They had a lot of, I feel like their whole staff was just relief pitchers almost at the end.
Right. It's got to be cool too. Like, I know we're about to get a little bit ahead of ourselves here, but like going to an organization like that where, I mean, obviously as a relief pitcher that you're going to get a lot of, if you get up there, you're going to have a lot of time to, go into games and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the Rays really value their minor league guys. Or not their minor league guys, their relief pitchers. But they do value their minor league guys too. Relievers in general. So.
Oh, I forgot there's two. I
am glad that I got chosen by that organization. It's a great pitching organization. Couldn't be happier.
Mm-hmm. But before we get too ahead of ourselves here, I just want to talk a little about UT Arlington as well. So obviously you go there out of JUCO and you have a fantastic career there. Could you imagine, I guess, like going there, or even like when you started playing college, that you would have a chance to play in the pros, and obviously doing well doing that?
So out of junior college, no, but once I got to Yavapai, it started to become more of a reality. Being a now Division I baseball player, I thought there was a higher chance of it. And then my junior year, I actually didn't have that good of a year at all, and maybe treated it too much like a business in terms of things like I have to become a professional baseball player, and instead of just having fun and enjoying like the time that I was having in Division I. But I went to the Northwoods League after that bad year that I had as a junior. Oh, come on, turn 2. 1 speed.
All right. Yeah, Jacob Stallings not very fast there.
But yeah, I went to the Northwoods League, and that whole summer I basically spent just telling myself and reiterating that it's about having fun. And I had a great Northwoods season, and then turned it around my senior year. Wow, Ryan Thompson's making plays.
Yeah, he's killing me here, man. He's pitching well. He's fielding well.
Might throw him out there for one more.
You might as well at this point. I'm not hitting him, so.
Yeah, but
Austin Meadows. Okay.
Yeah, that transition from junior year to senior year was a big jump for me in terms of how my mentality was thinking about the way baseball should be played.
And I mean, I know I don't know a ton about the Northwoods, but I know that it's obviously a really good collegiate league in the summer. Maybe behind the Cape Cod, but I think other than that, I think that's the second best, at least that I know of. And that's, I mean, having those reps there too, and playing against, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of draft picks there too, and whatnot. Had to help out a ton.
Yeah, I mean, the way I heard it, throughout my whole career, was that give me the check.
Oh,
okay. The way that I heard it was that the Cape is more for the higher advanced pitchers, and the Northwoods is for higher advanced hitters. But I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, that's just my own perception about that. But I enjoyed it. Played for the worst team there up in Ontario, which was the farthest team away. So that travel was absolutely brutal. But it was a good eye-opener for me for sure.
Did you ever play against the Waterloo Buck? That was a great take right there, by the way.
Didn't really realize what count it was. Doing this interview kind of makes me zone out a little bit. So if I realized it was a 3-2 count, I might have actually.
Did you ever play against the Waterloo Bucks?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because that's where we
Waterloo.
Yeah. Waterloo is not a great place. Not a great
No, not
place.
at all. Yeah, I always talk to people about my trip down there and say that was probably the most amount of cornfields I've ever seen in my life doing that drive from Canada down to Waterloo, Iowa.
Yeah, and Waterloo, I wouldn't say is I don't know if I would say Waterloo represents Iowa very well, but I will say that's where we had our junior college conference tournament there. So I never played for the Waterloo Bucks, but I went there to play in the conference tournament and whatnot. Not a great ballpark. The one thing that I always remember is just how short the
go.
Uh-oh. Am I getting another run right here? Come on, Ben Gamble. Throw it in for me, brother.
There.
Go. One thing I always remember, though, about Waterloo that always stands out to me is how short the dugouts are. And I'm like 6'2". I think it showed you listed as 6'4", so I'm sure that you were pretty crammed in there as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. I kind of forgot what that was like, but I'm sure they were tight.
Yeah, there was never a fun time going to stand. Okay, I don't know what Jacob Sawn's doing there. Not that he wanted to get an out or not, but down 2-0.
Doesn't want to get the ball in.
Yeah, Brian Reynolds, I thought had a better arm out there. I mean, he had a lot of outfield assists. I guess not, but we go to the third inning and down 2-0. This doesn't look good for me, man.
Yeah, I almost took out my my 9-hole hitter, thinking that this was Diamond Dynasty. I need to replace Ryan Thompson. We'll throw him out here, Will Barnes.
I was just say you might as well. I mean, I'm not doing anything against him. He's actually one of my favorites. BR picks. I don't know if you played BR that much or not, but he is one of my favorite BR picks.
Yeah, not too much. I don't play BR that often, but early on in the Diamond Dynasty season for me, when the game first came out, I was using him on my Diamond Dynasty team. I'd like to have side armors on there and represent them a little bit. So,
which I think there's something we can kind of get into as well. I know. Oh, good pitch. I know we talked about it a little bit, but a little bit off stream. But what made you choose to go sidearm, or what was kind of the end goal with that, knowing that that it wasn't working out overhand, or I guess I'm not sure exactly how you threw before that, but obviously it's worked out well going sidearm or submarine from there.
Right. Coming out of high school, like I said, I wasn't throwing very hard at all, maybe topping 81, and it just wasn't working out. And making that transition to sidearm, it was my coach Jerry Dawson, who's a legendary high school coach, most wins I think all time still in the state of Arizona.
Sheesh.
And he was my pitching coach there, and that's just another thing, like the amount of luck that I got. I don't know what you would call it, choosing to go to Yavapai over everywhere else, but him, and then I don't know if you ever heard of Jojo Romero. He's a major leaguer with the Phillies.
Yes, I have actually.
Yeah, he's a lefty. He got famous for like crushing the Red Bull can on his forearm before he runs into pitch. He was all over social media and everything. But yeah, I was playing catch with him because he was on that Yavapai team in 2016, and I was throwing sidearm, and he was like, "Hey, dude, that's pretty good. We should get you off of a mound and see what it looks like." And I remember the first bullpen, I was throwing overhand and underhand and sidearm, and then I went out there and threw in a fall game like that, doing both. And after the first time I ever threw like that, doing overhand and sidearm, the coach just said, "Scrap overhand completely. You're a sidearm pitcher from now on." And then that's, ever since then, it was basically kind of a lot of self-development. It's hard to teach sidearmers, I guess. There's not really one way to teach a sidearm guy how to throw, but it's been a lot of self-development and learning over the last 6 years or so.
Is there somebody that you emulated, I guess, when you finally went sidearm, that you're like, oh, I'm going to try to not copy this person, but they're obviously doing well, so maybe I should, emulate them or try to, throw the same pitches as them?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I started to notice it a lot more. Growing up as a Diamondbacks fan, I was a pretty big Byung Young Kim fan.
Ooh.
That's a pretty throwback name for whoever's watching.
Mm-hmm.
But current players, I guess, I was into Cishek, Nishek, all those guys. Aaron Loop was a big guy that the Rays compared me to, but except being a lefty. And yeah, there. I mean, Ryan Thompson, obviously, right now, I research a lot of his stuff, and oh wow, and
That should have been a hit.
I look at like all of his hot charts where Ryan Thompson likes to live in the zone, just righties, lefties, and I try to build my own approach based off of what he's done because he's had pretty good success in the big leagues.
Yeah, those all sound like amazing people to try to at least do the same thing as what they've done. And I know Aaron Loop had it for a very underrated season for the Mets. So they feel like you didn't talk about him a lot, but dude had an unreal season for the Mets this year.
Yeah, I didn't follow him too much. I followed him more when he was on the Rays. I gotta watch him during spring training and actually talk to some of the pitching coordinators, developers, all the TrackMan guys about how to like look more like that. What I should do to, I don't know, whatever, add a pitch, add a cutter, whatever it is. But yeah, when he was with the Rays, it was fun watching him. I mean, the guy throws harder than normal for a sidearmer, usually up to like 93, 94. But yeah, the Rays always have a influx of guys that throw like that around that helps me. Um, I think there's probably two other sidearm guys in the minor leagues, so we're in pretty good company with the guys that the Rays have around.
And like we talked about before too. I mean, it kind of seems like the Rays are. I don't want to say they're most because I know them and the Astros are, I think, up there. That was a nice pitch right there. But I think the Rays, especially pitching wise, are like way like ahead of everybody else. Like changing the just the thought of like using openers and not have like I think famously the Blake Snell thing was probably the the one thing that didn't work out well for them. But it seems like everything else they've done, worked out pretty well for them. And that obviously again we talked about how you're a relief pitcher for them right now and how it will probably help you on the long run as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's like opened my eyes also as being a coach too, like coaching kids in the off season as a part time job or just to help them out. Like it realized like all this. Wow, that's a good pitch. But
That was.
yeah, like what they're preaching to me, it helped to reiterate it to kids and kind of actually deeper understand what they're actually trying to tell me, and it makes a lot of sense. And I mean, with the depth that we've got in the minor leagues, it's just going to be, I don't know, a great next 5, 10, 15 years for the whole Rays organization. But
Yeah, it definitely sounds like we've already said this a million times, but get there. Please, Brian Reynolds. Thank you. I think that's the first hit right there for me.
Wonder couldn't pick it up.
It's got to be again, obviously talking about how cool it is to play for them and whatnot. In the off season, do you you said that you obviously coach kids and whatnot. Is there anything else that you do in the off season, just to fill up your time and whatnot?
I mean, I love to fish. Like fishing is, if I could go professional in something, it'd either be fishing or golf. So, yeah, either one of those. Right now, I'm currently living in Florida, so I've got an abundance of both of those to do. Uh, Other than that, like for work, I mean, just driving Ubers. Being a late round pick, making senior sign bonus money. I need to do something to be able to pay for rent. So that's what I did all day leading up to this interview and working out, and that's about it. That's my day. That's what it usually looks like.
So you said you're a golfer. Are you how you have like a handicap, or are you just like more of just like do it for fun?
When I was playing a lot, like over Arizona in quarantine, when there was nothing else to do, I was living at home, doing lessons. So I had a little bit of money. Um, I was playing 3 or 4 times a week. I played in some tournaments, and I think my handicap got down to like 4, 4.5, something like that. But right now, I'm usually, I don't know. Right now, I'd probably qualify to be like a 11 or 12 handicap just because I haven't played in a while. But I liked it. I like it a lot. It's fun, but I
That's
think you need to do it as a pitcher.
yeah, right. And that's so I was when I was a younger kid, I was actually pretty decent at golf, and then back then for whatever reason, if you played baseball and you golf, like they're like, oh, you can't do one the same. Like you can't, like the swing is gonna like ruin your swing or whatever. And so for the longest time, I didn't play golf. And about 3 months ago, I started picking up again. And I'm not good. I shoot like 20 over par. I'm not anything amazing. But when I first started again, I was shooting like 120, 125. And I went golfing not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before that, and I actually shot a 97 for the first time.
There you go, broke 100.
Yeah, the first time that's like the first legitimate time I broke 100. There's another time I went to this course that wasn't very good, so I didn't really count it. It wasn't like anything crazy. Like literally, you can almost drive to the green every single time, so it wasn't anything great. But this one I actually played was like a legitimate course. So I'm trying to find the momentum to hopefully, because it's getting too cold here now. Unfortunately, I got one more day. Tomorrow's my last time I'll probably be able to golf because in Iowa it just gets way too cold. So it's gonna be like in the 40s after this. Tomorrow we have to get a random like day. It's gonna be like in the 60s. So I'm trying to get good at golf. It's taking me a little bit longer, but I'm hoping that at some point I could be at the same point you are.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's lots of guys out there that are better than me. Like I don't know. I went golfing the other day with one of my buddies, our shortstop and first rounder of 2020, Alika Williams. I don't know if you've heard that name before, but
yeah, absolutely.
He was doing the same thing, telling me he wasn't good or anything. That comes out there and picture perfect swing and just smoked me. So I've heard that before, and no matter how good or bad you are, it's a fun thing to take your mind off of whatever you might be doing or whatever's stressing you out. So
yeah, so I'm a lefty. I bat lefty and I swing lefty, and I found I don't know if I say I have a pretty swing. I don't have like a bad swing per se, but for whatever reason, I have a very baseball swing. And I play like slow pitch softballs, like when I'm not doing this sometimes as well. Oh, I don't know why I swing at that. But I have like this baseball swing. So like when I come down on the ball, my club face stays open. So I have a really mean slice, right?
Yep.
And so I found out this way that I can turn the club head, which is it's just a band. I'm gonna get it fixed at some point, but I turn the club head so like when it comes down, it actually like hits it like flush. And ever since I started doing that, it's actually been. I mean, I've been doing a lot better now. I know it's not the best thing to do, but it actually has helped me out, and it's got me a lot better than what I was before. So
yeah, that's not the first time I've ever actually heard that. I mean, the friend that I kind of followed up to Yavapai with. He is a lefty, and he started golfing. He does almost exactly the same thing. Turns the club head like an extreme amount just to try to overcompensate for a slice, and it works sometimes, like for sure. But that's interesting. That's the first time I've ever actually heard somebody else actually do that.
Yeah, and I got to the point now where, man, I cannot get anything going here. I got to the point now where I can control it. So like I have the slice, but the slice ends up going straight, if that makes sense. Like the slice, like the club path that I make it makes it go straight. So like I have it down, and there are some random times where I'll randomly hit it straight, and that kind of sucks because I want to hit it straight, but with the club head turn, it just goes way right for me. Oh, dang it!
Right. But, so you're playing the slice.
Yeah.
But so you're still able to land it on the fairway. You're just like you're outsmarting your own slice.
Yeah, I actually like last time we went golfing. Get through there. Oh my dude. Every one of your pitches is a Gold Glover.
It's funny. I've never made a play like that in my entire life, and they program it so they make those plays every time, and it just blows my mind. So I've maybe seen a play like that once with my own eyes.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't understand that.
Yeah, your pitchers are doing very well. I'll get through there. Dang. But yeah, so I have it so last time I went golfing, I obviously excluding par threes, the first two holes I was using a driver and my driver is sucking, so I started using a hybrid. And after that I hit every fairway. So I was like, what was it? 10 for 12 on fairways, which I mean
that'll do it.
Yeah,
that'll work.
I just played the slice like I said, and it It worked out well. So that's one thing I really hope that I can get a lot better at golf, because with every sport, like there's like there's kind of a time period where you can't play it anymore. But I think golf is like the one thing you can play almost throughout your entire life.
True. I mean, you look at the guys on like Champions Tour or whatever, they're like 65, whatever the minimum age is for that. 55, I think. But it really is something you can just play forever. And that's what I like about that, and fishing. So
yeah, so I used to fish I was never really huge into fishing, but I've always enjoyed when I go. What kind of fish are we fishing for down there?
Most of the time I just hang around here. I don't have a boat yet, so I do a lot of bass fishing, a lot of walking around. I do have a paddle board, so I take that through the canals, swim around some alligators, do that kind of stuff. Try to avoid them, and mostly bass fishing, but I've done some inshore stuff too, snook. Try to go for trout. It hasn't worked yet. Just, seeing what I can catch out there. Basically, there's unlimited amount of fish and stuff in Florida, so I'm sure I'll try to work my way through all the species eventually.
Yeah, there's got to be a wide variety. Up in Iowa and Minnesota, not so much. It's,
Do ice fishing.
Yeah, I guess I've never done ice fishing. I've gone to I went to Minnesota a couple times, like way up north, but it was in the summer, so it was nice out. But I went up there fishing on, I think it was like Walker. It was way up north. It was damn near all the way to the border in Canada and whatnot. But
yeah.
I think fishing is just like a relaxing time. I mean, it's just such like a chill time, especially like golf. I can get mad at because if I like shank something, it's like my fault. Like, it's not really my fault if I don't catch a fish. I mean, it just, there are things you can do, right? But like, it's nothing like I can't guarantee. But like, that's why I like fishing so much. I just like chill. Ooh,
oh,
Wilmer, brother.
Oh, the Red Luck are out today.
Oh, wait. I gotta see. Maybe he can't play second. I thought he could. He's gotta be second.
Out of position?
I don't think so. He definitely plays second. Yeah, it's just primary position. That's just
primary position.
That's just that's
unfortunate. That should be an inning ender right there.
That's the Pirates for you, I think. Unfortunately, that's how the Pirates season went. So growing up in Arizona, were the Diamondbacks? I think you might say, were the Diamondbacks your favorite team?
They were growing up. Yes, yeah, they were. Went to the 2001 World Series, Game 5. With my dad. So I was lucky. I was like 6, so I don't really remember a whole lot of it. But yeah, I did get a go. So I can say I've been to one World Series game. I was looking forward to going to this year if the Rays made it, but unfortunately, that didn't happen.
That's still awesome. I mean, I'm a Pirates fan, but I live in Iowa, so I've actually never been to PNC, and I'm hoping next year I can do that, but. Unfortunately, just being in Iowa and Pittsburgh is like 13 hours away from me. It's like super far away from me. I haven't been able to go there, but I'm hoping next year that finally I can go to PNC and watch him play. I have seen him play in Great American, and I went to Wrigley to watch him play too, but nothing at home yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's still lots of major league stadiums I got to go to, and it's either going to be while I'm playing, hopefully, or after. The minor league season running during the same time. But no, that's cool. I hear PNC Park is a beautiful park. I trained a little bit with Daniel Hudson. I know he was an ex-Pirate and D-back, and he lives in Arizona. And he told me he loves PNC and pitching there. He said it's a great park to pitch in. Ball doesn't fly very well. So that's what the inside news on that is.
Oh, well, you know what? Maybe I could talk to Will Crow about that. I'm sure he knows a little bit about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Double play. Dude.
Another one.
Oh!
One for one. There we go. You get an arrow, I get an arrow. That was more my fault.
Uh-oh. Can I at least score a run here, maybe?
Yeah. Might have to look at what we got here on the bench.
Yeah, that's... I'm trying to think, because... Let me think really quick. I was trying to think when Daniel Hudson was with the Pirates. It would have been a while ago now. Can't remember what year.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago for sure.
Yeah.
Because after the D-backs, I think he went to the Nationals, and that's where he won or did he? I don't know. He might have gone to the Pirates before that.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact timeline, but what I have heard, and I think a lot of, I mean, not just being a Pirates fan, but I think a lot of people would agree that PNC is actually a really, really beautiful ballpark.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I mean, with the bridge in the background and everything, that's a place I'd love to go play.
Yeah, that'd be super dope to freaking see you there too. Oh, geez, good pitch.
Yeah, well, whenever if I make the big leagues and I play at PNC, I'll hook you up with a plane ticket, whatever I can do to get you out there if you've never been there. So
yeah, I'm 100% down. I would love to do that. I mean, I'm trying to get my dad's from Pittsburgh, and I'm hoping that someday we can both go to like a Steelers, because we're Steelers fans too. Going to like a Steelers and a Pirates game at some point. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I mean, Steelers fans are crazy too. That I've been to even less football stadiums than I have been baseball, obviously, but yeah, the Steelers, I know their fan base is nuts, so that would be fun for sure.
I actually, like I said, I've never been there either, but I'm going to a Steelers Vikings game in December, so I'm excited to see them for the first time too.
Oh, nice. You're going to Pittsburgh, or are you in Minnesota?
Oh, we're going to Minnesota, so at the U.S. Bank Field. Well, I think that's what it's called. Pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm excited, and it's obviously a beautiful stadium up there too. So I'm excited to go there.
Yeah, I hear that's a beautiful stadium.
All right, yeah, Randy Rose. Okay, so what? We're in the bottom of 6. This has gone by pretty quick. Not a lot of offense, honestly.
Without the Diamond Dynasty lineup, there's a lot less offense than I'm used to. So
yes, yeah, it's usually got 99s everywhere, and right here I think
all home runs.
Yes,
I mean, there hasn't been one ball off the fence yet, so a little bit interesting. So.
Little small ball here.
Yeah, a little. Might have to start thinking about that.
Right, honestly, I mean, at this point too, Wilmer. Oh, there's no shot he's making that play.
Yeah, your pitcher didn't get the same animation my guy got. Must be all the PFPs the Rays been working on.
Oh, that's one thing. Oh, I kind of forgot about PFPs, man. That was something I'm sure you guys do every day, man. That was something we would do every single day.
Yeah, during spring training, we do that every day. During the season, we do it frequently, just enough to kind of keep us sharp.
Yeah, I mean, junior college. That's what I guess I'm referring to junior college too. I mean, even my 4-year school too. Like we would do it for hours. Like if it was insane. And our coach, like this is kind of just like a random story, but there was one time we were doing PFPs in our like facility, which our facility was actually like a pig barn. It was terrible. It was junior college, like the perfect junior college facility. And
sounds about right.
Yeah, and I he was hitting like just laser beams at us, and literally one hopped hit me just right square, in a bad spot, and it was probably the most pain I've almost been in my entire life.
How'd the conversation go after that?
We didn't talk. Oh no. I literally I went outside because I thought I was bleeding. Like it literally felt like I was bleeding. I was like, this isn't good. And I didn't talk to him for like a week after that because I'm like, you know what, this hurt very bad. Yeah.
No, whoever is out there wondering what JUCO ball is like, that's basically what it's like.
100%. 100%. And shagging for batting practice.
Oh, I love shagging.
I did
to this day, I'm one of the only guys on whatever team affiliate that I'm on that I actually like go hard in shagging.
That I was so back in I was a little bit better shape. I would pretend like I was just like an outfitter. I would just go out there and just try to make catches out there. That I really like shagging, but they're
man.
Nope. Come on, we gotta get the ball on. Get the ball on. All right, there we go.
15. He doesn't have it.
Yeah. This is turning into a little bit of a crapshoot here for me.
It's an interesting one for sure.
See if Chase and Shreve can get me out of this thing. Oh, there we go. Thank goodness. I'm glad that Kevin Kiermaier probably has like 30 power right there.
32 power. Just missed it. Maybe should have laid down a bunt there.
Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe. I mean, he probably would have beat that out, honestly.
we're not here for that.
All right, so I got 3 more innings left to at least score 3 runs here. I'm getting absolutely shut down right now, and it's probably not going to get any easier, to be honest with me.
Not any easier. Bringing in Crazy Eyes. See how that goes.
Oh, Peter?
Oh, Peter.
All right, let's see what we can do here. Oh, no.
It's really interesting pitching, playing with all these guys. I mean, I only use a couple of them, day to day. But
yeah, I mean, I think, someday, hopefully, you're obviously like, what would it be like? I mean, for somebody that actually like plays MLB The Show quite a bit, what would it be like for you to like actually be in the game?
I mean, I reached out to them and I was like, hey, what does it take for me to get my own like card in the game? I know like my buddy JoJo, I know he's got one of those cards, like one of the real ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
1 speed, no shot. I get
one
there.
speed, no shot.
Yeah.
And that'd be awesome. And for them to make it like actually accurate and put me in there as a side armor with all my pitches, that would be unreal.
Yeah.
But,
I actually know I might be able to help you out that actually. We could
really?
We talked about that after stream.
For sure.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
It would be so dope. Like, I mean, obviously I play this a lot, so I mean, it's, it'd be dope to like to see myself in the game. Obviously, I've never been in the game. I don't know if you played. Did you ever play MLB The Show 18?
Oh, I'm sure a while ago. I don't remember it, but
so back then they actually they took like 6 or 7 content creators and actually put them in the game. And so
yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like when you said you're never gonna be in the game, I'm like, well, I don't know. You never know. Like, content creator there's a shot. So,
what I will say with that though, people did not like that. People were very pissed about that actually that they're in the game. So I don't know if they would ever do it again, but that would be my only chance if I ever were to be in the game.
Were they like just unreal cards, or what was the deal with that? Why were people mad?
Well, I mean, I didn't care personally. People are just, people like to overreact and kind of go a little crazy on things. I think so. None of them you couldn't use them in Diamond Dynasty. All it was like a player program. Like the player programs that we have. Pretty much all it was just like doing a player program, but they were the ones that were in it. And I don't know. People are not very happy about it. I guess they didn't want them in the game. I guess I don't really know. I mean, to me, I didn't care. I mean, it's more content, so I didn't really give a crap.
Right.
But I think other people, were kind of mad that they weren't chosen or whatnot too. So to be safe there.
I mean, Joey ran it out. There's a lot of content creators out there, so I'm sure that might not have been the best idea looking back on it. I guess content creators that don't get put in the game might hurt the playing time for all their viewers. They might affect it a little bit. So, and I could understand how that wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, the thing too though is that back then like the community wasn't that big. I mean, it's still not like a huge community right now either. I mean, it's by far smaller than NHL, Madden, 2K. All these other games have a ton of esports behind them, and MLB The Show is kind of getting into it a little bit. I don't know if you've ever competed in one of those tournaments that they've had on the weekends. Can we catch us, please?
Oh, Quebec first.
There we go.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many MLB The Show tournaments. I know they did that one, but I'd like to see it get a little bit bigger. I mean, I'd definitely watch some of it.
Yeah, and it's unreal. Like, what was it? Was it last year or 2 years ago? Uh-oh. Wilmer.
Like, down?
Yep.
Get to third.
Dude, I got outfielders with some candy arms out here. This ain't good.
Pitchers out there. I don't deserve a hit on that one. That's not good.
It's all right. It's MLB The Show.
Exactly. What do you expect?
Right?
Yeah.
But it might have been 2019. I don't know if it was I think it was in 2019. I actually got top 8 like in a grand final.
Wow.
And I actually ended up making I made $500. So it kind of sucked because what they did was the prize pool for the top 8 was 500 to 8th and 7th place. And then it got like way bigger than that. It was like a $25,000 prize pool. So I was like literally like inches away from getting $1,000. Unfortunately, I didn't get a play or a ball that I hit didn't go too far. So I've been in some really competitive, tournaments and whatnot and stuff like that. I'm not really good enough to do it anymore, but it's always a really fun time to get into those and have a good time. Oh goodness.
Going for it.
Do it. You're gonna make it. My outfield is selling on me right now.
Yeah, they kind of sold out in the first inning. I kind of realized what you got out there.
The Pirates they're a little bit of a rough team to use, but
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
I have to square up again on a Diamond Dynasty team. I'm sure you get me on that one.
Maybe I got who do I have in center field? I'm trying to think about who I have in center field right now. It's not, dude. For some reason, I can't hit with Mickey. I'm just not good.
Really?
With Mickey. Yeah, I'm not good with him.
I mean, there's guys like I'm like that with too. Like I heard, Willie Mays is supposed to be a good card. I bought him and then couldn't hit anything, so it's got rid of him. But
I love Willie. That's the thing. Do you like Mickey though? Do you like using Mickey?
I do. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like anytime like he gets like an inside pitch, I pop it out. I don't know. I can't. I don't know if it's like the little hitch that he has that might throw me off or something. I'm not exactly sure, but I am just dog doo-doo with him. I'm not good at all. Can we get there?
Yeah, Woo! That's what I heard. That same thing about a lot of guys with Willie Mays. Like they can't hit the inside pitch with him.
Yeah, and I think so. I've used Willie Mays because I think he got in 2019. I think it was his first year. And I sucked him in 19. I was okay with him last year, but this year, personally, he's had the best swing that I've used. And I don't know if they changed it or not, but it just works a lot better for me this year for some reason.
Yeah. I tried him for about a week and didn't have any success with him.
Yeah.
But I said, my guy Joey Wendell. That's my guy.
Benny?
Uh-oh.
Ben?
He did it.
Wow. Ben.
First one out of the park.
Ben Gamble, finally.
Must be the hair.
It has to be the hair and the beard. I mean, I used to have a nice beard like that, but I shaved her up for No Shave November.
Though recently?
Yeah. I just did it last Monday. Yeah, Monday was the first.
Oh, so now you're growing it back and seeing what you can do in a month?
Yes, I'm gonna see how because I've always done it. I don't know why, but every year I've just always done No Shave November, and so we're gonna see how big it gets. There was a time where when COVID first started, and I was working full time then in the corporate world and whatnot. I didn't have to go into the office, and so I literally didn't shave for maybe 4 months, and I looked like a caveman. It was bad.
So it doesn't take too much for you to grow a big beard, does it?
Not crazy. I mean, it's grown back. I mean, you can't. I don't know if you can see right now, but you can't really tell too much on camera. But it's decently thick. I mean, it grows back. It grows back pretty quick.
1 week.
Yeah. It's been 1 week so far.
Yeah, but mine's all right. I can usually get it pretty well. I just have trouble like growing it right on the connection.
Oh yeah, I always have trouble with that too. I'll get through there. Oh goodness, I gotta run finally.
First one out of the park. I don't know if my guys got out of the park power here. I mean, they led the league in home runs, but they're not really showing it.
I gotta say, I think Ben Gamble might have like 50 power against righties. So if he can do it, I'm sure Nelson Cruz
should be able to do it.
I was gonna say, I'm sure Nelson Cruz could probably smack one out of here. Make sure I get the
right. He was a big part of what the Rays did too. I enjoyed watching him play when he came on our team.
That's awesome. Yeah, I bet that would be. So because you're in low A right now, right?
Yeah.
So did you have like people come down for assignments like major league players when you guys were playing?
Not this year because of like COVID protocols and stuff.
Okay.
I think it would mess it up. Oh, I just missed that.
Yeah, I was just saying.
But it would really mess up their timetables on returning and stuff in terms of like having to sit out. But in the 2019 spring training, do you see that? There was a guy standing on the top of the railing in my dugout.
But, I didn't see that.
In the 2019 spring training, I got to like meet a couple guys. Got to meet Wander, all of them. He was probably in like high A in 2019.
Oh
so
yeah.
He was still around all of us, and yeah, it's cool. I'm looking forward to this year, getting back there again and being around big league guys. I hope they let us I hope they let us go there the same time as they do. I really do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that'd be sick. I know, we haven't really talked about like your pro stuff yet. I mean, we can kind of get into that right now. I know we haven't really talked about that. So obviously you got drafted in the 39th round. Was that, what was the experience like, getting drafted and whatnot?
So leading up to that, I was actually doing Marine Corps officer candidate training for like my entire college life. And I just got selected right before the draft to go to Marine Corps officer candidate school. And so it was a decision I had to make whether or not I would take the draft, or my realization I came up to was that I'm going to take the draft if I get drafted, and if they want to sign me as a free agent, I'll go to the Marine Corps. And I was, I guess you could say, one round away from going to the Marine Corps then. So, yeah, after that, it was I sat with my computer on my lap, watched every single pick of every single day, waiting for a phone call, and it was just like the most exciting time of my life when I got drafted. My phone almost immediately died with the amount of people that were sending me texts. It was just something that was almost on par with, winning a national championship. So,
yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine. We always had, every person we have on here, it's always, they always share their experience about getting drafted and whatnot. And I mean, I could never imagine, being in that situation where you get to play you get to, be paid to play baseball. So I gotta think that's gotta be such a cool thing.
Right. I mean, right now, the big conversation between the guys is like, obviously we're not getting paid too much, but the other half of it is we're gonna do it because it's the dream. It's everybody's dream. It's my dream. We all want to play, and there's just no way around that thinking. So no matter what we can do, that's how it's gonna be, I think. But
right.
I'm happy with that. Oh, one speed.
What a way to end the game.
What a way to end it.
Sheesh, GG's, man.
Yeah, good game.
I got
absolutely. A little bit tough. A little bit opposite records there, 40-20 and 20-40. So
hey, it's
probably even the playing field there a little bit, you being a professional streamer and being an average player.
So. I don't know if I'd be professional, but that was awesome. I had a great time, and it was actually fun using like not Diamond Dynasty, teams, just like use random like just play now teams, I guess.
Yeah, we're for sure gonna have to run it back, at some point with Diamond Dynasty teams and see how that ends up.
Oh, 100%, I'm down. If you don't mind, I'm gonna let the chat ask some questions. Is it okay if you got a little bit of time for that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got all the time in the world. So
awesome. If any of you guys in chat want to go ahead and ask some questions, stuff that we haven't gone over yet, that would be awesome. I'll leave it open to them right here. I know one that we always ask, and this can be like the lead off one here. It's a little bit more of a thinker here, but what was like your biggest failure, and I guess how did that help make the person you are today and lead to, where you are in your life right now?
Oh man, that's not a thinker at all. I've got an immediate answer.
That's perfect. Let's go.
100% getting cut from the baseball team my sophomore year of high school. That was the turning point of everything, probably. The realization of what I need to do, and how everything works with baseball. Played freshman ball in high school. Everybody makes the team. Back in when I played in whatever that was, 2012 when I started high school. Then I went sophomore year. I remember I love baseball, but I might have taken it not too seriously. Like, I love to have fun and everything, but I might have taken it a little bit too far and joked around and messed around a little bit too much, and didn't end up making the team, and then ended up making JV the next year. But on the way to that, I realized that I've got to get bigger. I think I was 5'4", 115 pounds probably sophomore year of high school. And I really realized my dad was in the Navy, big guy, weightlifter. So he took me to the gym, signed me up for membership, got bigger, a little bit bigger, but still skinny, got taller. And that's really what propelled me to have that drive towards the end of my senior year to want to reach out to schools about playing in the future, and just continuing my my career. It just really drove me ever since that point.
Yeah, it's kind of like, Michael Jordan, right? I'm not to compare the two, but Michael Jordan cut
Mm-hmm.
from his JV team, ended up
Mm-hmm.
being, right now the best basketball player of all time. So I think sometimes like that reality check of like, maybe you aren't as good as you thought you were, or maybe, just the time wasn't right for you to, for you to be on the team or whatnot. But it's got to be
Right.
a rewarding thing that, obviously it turned out very well for you. So that's got to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was. And I think a big thing was just sticking to it, whether it's, the attitude or also, not getting cut from one team and then immediately going somewhere else, transferring schools and going and playing somewhere else. I think I read some quote that Nick Saban said the other day. Obviously, he's a great coach. He said that he doesn't want the kid that got cut and switches schools. And that's something that really like hit me kind of deep, because it takes a lot different of a person to be able to stick around and face the same people that cut him the next year. And I fully support that action, and that's how I'm going to raise my kids and everything too. If failure hits you, you're going to stick around and go right back at it the same way you did, but with a different attitude.
Yeah, and I think that's a great outlook on life. I think a lot of people, I don't know, maybe they've lost touch with that a little bit. I think that's a really good outlook there.
Yeah.
We got a question. Who's your favorite baseball player of all time?
My favorite baseball player of all time, as a kid or currently?
We can do either or both of them. That's fine.
Man, of all time, I would probably say when I was a kid growing up, I loved watching Randy Johnson pitch for sure.
Yeah.
Just, how mean he was and his style of pitching and how guys were afraid of him. I remember John Kruk in the All-Star game turning his helmet around backwards and deciding to bat in the right-handed batter's box because he was afraid to bat in the left-handed batter's box. But currently, it's got to be a sidearm guy, somebody like Ryan Thompson, like that I can look up to and try to emulate myself off of.
Yeah, those are, obviously Randy Johnson, probably, I don't know, one of, if not the best pitcher of all time. Amazing pitcher. And Ryan Thompson being very successful in MLB so far. Aggies USA wanted to ask, what high school did you attend?
I went to Chandler High School in Chandler, Arizona. So it's a pretty big school, like 4,000 or 5,000 students.
Oh, geez.
Really big campus, really competitive teams. Yeah.
Was that, so I don't know how they do it in Arizona, but what like A is that? Do you guys have like division like by A's, if that makes sense?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember how it went. It was right before. I know that's how most of the country works, is like 5A, whatever it is. It was a little bit different when I was in high school. They called it whatever they called it previous to that. But Chandler High School is like the highest tier. I think it's like whatever it is, 5A or 6A, something like that.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say because in Iowa it's 4A. They might have 5A now. I'm not sure, but like my high school was 4A, and that's like the biggest population, or the biggest whatever division there is in Iowa. And we had like 2,000 people, so you guys had double we had. So I couldn't imagine the competitiveness that comes with that.
Right. Yeah. Like, our football teams are traveling all across the country to play like IMG and stuff. So it gets really competitive, especially a big school like that.
Right. If there's, we can get one more question. Somebody has one more question for us. That'll be perfect. And then I can go ahead and let you go and not take up too much more of your time. I just want to say thank you, man. I know you're probably busy right now with baseball and stuff, and it's always awesome to get to know people that play professional sport, give some insight, especially their life that leading up to it, and because everybody has a different story, and I always enjoy hearing everybody's story and stuff. So I just want to thank you for that, and appreciate you for coming on here.
Yeah, thank you for sure. This is something unique that I'd love to do. I love baseball, love playing the show, love talking to people, sharing my story and my side and outlook on everything. So as many people as I can help and reach out to, that's one of the main goals of my life. So yeah. I appreciate that just as much.
Absolutely, man. You were a great interview too, so I appreciate that. Okay, last question from Dugout Creative. This one might be another thinker too. Message on a billboard for everyone to see. What would it say?
Let's see. Message on the billboard. What would it say?
Well, what would you like your message to everybody? What would you like that to be? It's a tough one, so you take your time. It takes a little bit for everybody to think of this one. So
it might just be like, it might just say, don't overlook JUCO, or take the JUCO route, or something like that. Biggest advice I would give, I think.
Yeah, that's I would strongly, especially, I mean, both of us went to a JUCO. I feel like a lot of people's mindsets are, I have to go D1. I have to go D1. If you're not at the D1 level, or maybe you're going to a smaller school, which is totally fine. I'm not saying you can't. Go in the JUCO route, paying half whatever, it is to go to a major university or whatever, and just like developing. I could never repay JUCO what it did for me. So I'm sure you would
exactly right. Exactly right. I mean, the amount of kids there's a lot of kids that weren't there for academics. They're just there for baseball. So in that essence, I saw a lot, different talent level in JUCO, but some of the talent in JUCO was a lot better than what I saw in Division I too. But then Division I also, I went in as a junior, so I saw a lot of freshmen. At least at my college, I would say almost the majority of freshmen, unless you're a really high caliber arm or bat, is going to almost for sure get redshirted. But, that's not saying that if you don't have confidence, don't do it. Like, if you have the confidence to do it, I would do it. That's something that I also value. But the JUCO route is something that I think I give advice to about every parent, every kid that I coach. It just, saves so much money. It's some of the most real baseball you can have. It's wood bat, at least in Arizona, which is pro level. In Division I, you don't even have that. And the talent level is almost just as good, if not equal as good, to the most Division I programs.
Yeah, and that's perfectly well said. And I think with that, we're going to go ahead and close out the interview. I just want to say thank you again, man. I appreciate you taking your time. This is a great interview. You had great mindset, great insight as well. So thank you for that, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yep, no problem. Look forward to future talking to you, playing with you a little bit more. So
awesome. You guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys leave a like for me. Make sure you guys do subscribe, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for watching Real Talk with Ray Cheesy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, make sure you guys slap that like button for us. Make sure you guys do subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.